Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 18 of my 100-day project journey. We have just a few more days of watercolor left. I was traveling the last few days, and I am thankfully back home, although it was a wonderful trip, and I am back in my normal studio setup here. I had so much fun the other day doing the wax resist with the Caran D'Ache Neocolor I crayon that I wanted to do it again today. And instead of using white, I used a gray. It's, I think, Payne's Gray Light. And again, it's the Neocolor I, which is the non-water soluble version. And I did a bit of a contour drawing, although I lifted up my crayon once or twice, but I just wanted to kind of be really loose and fun. And it almost reminds me, if you look up ancient encaustic paintings, like if you go back to Roman times, where encaustic is a very, very old medium. And I'm not working in encaustic by any stretch, but it just reminds me of some of those old original paintings that you would see embedded in frescoes and in various different things. And I just love this texture. Like, I'm learning so much through this process, and it's only day 18. I've got 82 days left to go, but I'm really learning what I love, what I want to explore more, what I want to do in bigger versions. Like, what would this look like on a 12 by 16 sheet of watercolor paper or a full sheet of watercolor paper? Like, what kind of textures could I get at that sort of scale? So I'm so excited to take some of these and turn them into larger pieces. I also plan to do little mini critiques. So I've got the first 10 days of acrylic ink, and I'd love to sit down and just do a little mini critique of my own work and talk about my takeaways. I want to do this as I go because 100 days is a long time, and I don't want to lose any of those insights as I go along. So look for that coming here shortly. But I'm just loving how this figure is coming out, and I'll show you some close-ups here in a minute. The gray gives a very subtle texture to it. It's not quite as contrasty as the white, but it still gives a lot of that texture. And then what I do with the watercolor is I just paint over it. The palette that I'm using is that Schminke Galaxy super granulating color palette that I just had next to me at my station from a painting I did before I left. So I'm using that, and you'll see when I show you the texture, or you might be able to see some of the texture in this figure's hair. So cool. So all that granulation, I think, lends itself to this feeling of it being that sort of fresco or encaustic type painting embedded in there. I think it's just kind of stands out that way. So I'm using this bright blue just to give it some contrast to the skin tone, doing that Rembrandt sort of lighting where it's darker, the background's darker on the lighter side of the face and lighter on the darker side of the face. And I dropped a little bit of blue in a couple of places there in this person's hair and things like that, just to pull together some of that cohesion. Having fun pulling out a smaller brush. This is like a Crayola brush that I stole from one of my daughter's kits at some point, which is great because it's really good with watercolor. It's stiff, so it's great for scrubbing, which is what I did there to pull some of that color out from the cornea around their eye. But I just love it. I love the wonkiness. I love the looseness. I love all that gorgeous texture from the wax and the super granulating. And this was so fun and so free. And I'm really finding myself going looser and faster as I go, which I love. This is a great process if you want to get loose and fast with your work as well. I hope you're doing well. And if it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the sun. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.